What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is August 6th and I could have made a video yesterday and I didn't really have enough time to, and I could have made up for it, but honestly there's nothing really to talk about besides the Giants just doing bad against the Dodgers and getting swept for the second time in a row. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm just going to be talking about the Giants in general and their 2022 season. And yeah, obviously this season does not look like it's going to go anywhere at all. It doesn't look like they're going to make it into the playoffs whatsoever. And if they were to make it somehow into the playoffs, I think that they would get knocked out immediately. And so, unfortunately, that's just how this team is this season. They have had a lot of injuries to players. I'm thinking of like Belt, there's Crawford, there's Longoria, and there's some other big names that have happened, like Jacob Junis, who is our starting pitcher, was out for a while. Anthony DeSclafani, wasn't a big fan of him at all, but he's out for the rest of the season. And Carlos Rodon, he's not out, and Logan Webb, he's not out, but they just have also not looked the same. And it's really unfortunate coming from a year that they won 107 games and won all the games that would make it the most in the MLB and the most in their franchise also. So just to come off of a year like that, it's really hard to obviously do that again. I know I said it in the tier video that they could do it again. I was completely wrong, and I'm going to be honest, I was being a little biased. I thought they would win around 90 games, which it does not look like they'll even be able to do that either. So I think that they'll probably finish with about 87, 88 wins or so, which is not a playoff team at all, unfortunately. But, they don't do good against good teams, and they don't do good against bad teams. I'm thinking about, against the Diamondbacks. They've been swept by the Diamondbacks, I think, twice now. I mean, it's crazy. It's not something that you want to see at all. And then against the Dodgers, they've lost their last 8 games against them in a row. So that's something that's not good at all. And then you're going against San Diego next week, and that's not going to be good either because they have Juan Soto, they have a couple other good players. They have Manny Machado, they have Josh Bell, and they have, I forget his name again, but he's from, I think, the Reds, and Brandon Drury, that's what it is. And his first at-bat as a Padre, who no one was really talking about Brandon Drury, really. He hit a grand slam and made it a 5-0 game. So, what I'm trying to get at is that the Padres roster is loaded, and the Dodgers roster is loaded. They're both teams that the Giants play in the same division with. And the Giants, their team is not really loaded. They're kind of like what I heard on the radio, and I completely agreed with, is they're kind of like the Rays, where they kind of just buy these players and give these players like 1-year contracts that you've never even heard of, and they're not big names, but then their roster, their amount of money that they have is 2 times the amount as the Rays. So the Giants can totally go ahead and get someone really big. They could have gone Juan Soto, which I knew that they weren't going to. There's talks about Shohei Ohtani being on the Giants, not going to happen. There's talks about also Aaron Judge possibly being a Giant, which would be really cool, but it's not going to happen. That would definitely make our attendance go way up. It's the worst since 2013, so obviously this is not a good year, and it's one that we're not going to want to remember. Hopefully next year, and over the period between this season and the 2023 season, Farrell makes some really good and big moves. And it's going to be sad seeing some of these players like maybe Wilmer Flores or maybe Joey Bart even, something like that. I don't know. I really hope they don't get rid of Logan Webb, and I don't think that they will. I think Carlos Rodon after this season will no longer be a Giant. Unfortunately, it's going to be like a Kevin Gausman thing where really, Kevin Gausman was obviously our ace last season. This season, it's between Logan Webb and Carlos Rodon, and you're just going to give away those aces, which really sucks. But that's just kind of how the Giants roll, unfortunately. But yeah, this is just a season. I wanted to put this video out because there is no game that was played yesterday, and so they're having the Battle of the Bay, the 3-game series this week, and it's actually starting today. And that's going to be one that I want to see. But the Giants, I really hope that they beat the A's at least 2 of 3 or something like that. Because the A's are a really bad franchise this season, but also the Giants are a bad franchise too. So, I don't think attendance will be as high as it has been because of two struggling teams this season going against each other. It's not, and it's at the Oakland Coliseum too, so that's another thing that's going to bring down attendance. So with that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Hopefully the Giants can turn it around and somehow go for a really long run and a really good winning streak. And that's hard to ask for, but it's not an impossible thing. So once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Go Giants, and I will see you guys tomorrow.